My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world. And when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Canadian, operating 10 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's. The number one for travel.
Access to clean running water is an essential commodity for healthy living and a high quality of life. While Grenada's water utility company, the National Water and Sewerage Authority, provides water to 90% of the population, the village of Munich and surrounding areas in the island's largest parish, St. Andrew, have been severely impacted by the lack of a safe, adequate and reliable water supply for more than 20 years.
It might have been about 8-9 years when the original thing or the catchment came on. Early it was good enough, but as time progressed, it became very bad, and in fact, it reached being atrocious. There were times the water would be muddy after the rain. Lots of time after the rain, we had no water, and the reason was not because water was not coming in, but because of blockage of dust and silt. So what used to happen, the people in charge used to come and close the dam down.
The supply would come in the early morning, around 2-3 o'clock. Fairly good, but then it would go by 5 o'clock. So say for about a couple of hours. In that, my wife would have to get up if she has to do laundry around 2-3 in the morning to catch the supply, do her laundry, and catch water to supply us for the day.
We had a rudimentary plant in the past, but it wasn't up to the standard as to what our source and filter plant is supposed to be. As a matter of fact, the community of Munich wasn't metered at all because we felt that the quality of the water being supplied wasn't one that merited NAWASA charging people for, because the quality control was not of the standard that we do with the other plants.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund program partnered with NAWASA on a project to improve the quality and reliability of the water provided to residents by the Munich water treatment plant.
The scope of works generally entailed the construction of the site office and storage room and 3 tanks, the sedimentation tank, the filtration tank, and the clear well.
And so Sunfilter has 3 components. There is a sedimentation tank where the water comes in, settles, then it's processed through a filter that has different media that clears the water. Then it goes into a clear well or a storage tank where we add chlorine and whatever other disinfection just to make sure that it's of the quality. So Sunfilters is a mechanism or treatment option that has the least maintenance with good results. So even when there is plenty rain, they are not affected majorly by turbidity. We were able to also implement a metering component now for the residents of Munich. Mainly so because what metering does, it provides control. Whenever you have meters, people are mindful about their usage, and we are always driving conservation.
In terms of BNTF, we have contributed to our cost towards the construction of our access road to the plant. We've contributed to the construction of the filtration tanks and also to the equilibrium chamber.
The project began in November 2019 and was successfully completed in February 2021 without experiencing any significant delays.
The major challenge would have been COVID-19, mainly being lockdowns incurred. Also in that project at one point in time, we had some shortage of material, sand and cement, and also heavy rainfall. Some days works were seriously affected. But all in all, mitigative measures were put in place. We had contingencies to ensure that the project did not suffer any significant delays.
What I'm getting now is so much better. The water is good, it's coming heavier, it's always there and clean as far as I'm concerned. I'm delighted of what is happening now.
Since this new system has been put in place, the supply has been tremendously improved. The supply is better, the quality better, the pressure is a lot better. I would give it an 8 out of 10. And I, together with the other people in the community that attended meetings and had input and so on, I'm glad to say that we eventually saw some satisfying results.
Now we can say for a fact that the water that is being supplied to Munich can be consumed. You don't have to boil it, you don't have to, because it is at the best quality. As an organization, we continue to strive, we continue to forge, we continue to make the availability of water be our mandate. And again, I just can't stop saying how grateful we are to the likes of BNTF.
We at BNTF are very, very hopeful that now with the upgraded treatment plant, residents of the community will no longer be at risk of becoming ill with any sort of waterborne related disease. Clean water is important for a number of safe hygiene and sanitation practices. And what we implemented this program cycle was something called WASH training, which stands for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. We used a glow germ kit, and we use that to highlight how oftentimes we take for granted washing hands. The stimulated germs, you would put it on the trainees' hands, and then we would have a UV light to show them where the germ areas were. If you washed properly, you would get everything off, but if you didn't, the UV light would still highlight the areas where there were still germs on your hand. I think people really, really grasped it in light of everything that was happening with COVID and public health officials urging us to sanitize and practice good hygiene.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund program is a critical program to the development of Grenada. We've aided in a lot of infrastructure development, also in terms of the creation of institutions such as preschools, primary schools, and generally, as you see, water treatment plants. And it all goes well that once BNTF is in Grenada, that we should be expecting similar type interventions and improvement in the life of people.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund is a poverty reduction program of the Caribbean Development Bank. Its objective is to be a community development program that supports education, water and sanitation, community access and drainage, and economic activities through skills training, organizational development, infrastructure, and services.
Tired of car troubles, high upkeep charges, and unprofessional work? Well, I know a place that can meet all your vehicle needs. 1D's Tire Shop, located on the Maurice Bishop Highway, provides tire change, car wash, vehicle balancing, brake and oil change, inspection services, and tire pressure gauge instant reading. They also stock brand new and English used tires, Ovation brands, ranging from as low as $150, as well as great deals to suit your budget. They deliver the total car care and quality service to customers. Contact them on 458-1614 or 406-3355. They're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, including weekends. Stop in with your car troubles and leave with your car superbly maintained. 1D's Tire Shop. Excellent service while beating any prices.
This is the MTV Evening News for Monday, the 10th of January. In the headlines, well-known sociologist slapped with 4 counts of indecent assault charges. Grenada records 1 new COVID-19 related death. One of St. Andrew's icons has transitioned to the great beyond. And in sport, veteran leg spinner Avi Fletcher has returned to professional cricket. We'll have details to these and other stories coming up for you right after the break. And of course, that'll be along with the public forecast information. Do stay with us.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, The Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Welcome back with the news in detail. I'm Tony Julian. 55-year-old sociologist Claude Douglas of Paradise St. Andrew was arrested and charged today at the South St. George Police Station by officers attached to CID for the offences of 4 counts of indecent assault on a female who was at the time 19 years old. The offences occurred between the 1st of January 2021 to April 2021. The investigation began in October 2021. At present, he is now on bail in the sum of $10,000 with one surety and is scheduled to make his first court appearance on the 8th of February at the St. George's Magistrates Court. In 2012, Grenada amended its criminal code to increase the penalty for various offences. One of those was a new summary offence of indecent assault. According to the criminal code, indecent assault means an assault committed in circumstances of indecency. A person who indecently assaults another person commits an offence and is liable on summary conviction to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 5 years. Summary offences are usually dealt with at magistrates' court level. However, when charged as an indictable offence, meaning the matter goes to High Court, the term of imprisonment should not be exceeding 10 years. An early morning fire this morning left one man hospitalized. The house fire, which occurred in Montu St. George, was attended to by officers attached to the fire department. Officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, ASP Desmond Richards, spoke with our news desk on the incident.
At 8:59 a.m. today's date, fire headquarters received a report of a house fire at Montu St. George's. They responded and were about to and were able to put the fire out, and not before most of the building were destroyed. The building is a 2-story wooden and concrete structure, approximately 45 to 30 feet. One of the occupants sustained burn injuries and was taken to the general hospital, where he is now admitted as a patient. The cause of the fire, preliminary inquiry suggests that the fire was caused due to an electric standing fan which fell on the floor in front of the closet that caused a terminal runaway, resulting in the ignition and of the clothes in the closet. The fire subsequently spread upward within the closet and the room and inflamed the house.
Grenada has recorded one new COVID-related death on Sunday after months of recording no new deaths. Health Minister Nicholas Steele has confirmed to our news desk that an unvaccinated 79-year-old woman passed away from COVID complications. Grenada's total death toll now stands at 201, with 1,826 active cases. Meanwhile, some health officials in the region are reported COVID-19 reinfections months after patients were initially diagnosed with the viral illness. Minister Steele indicated that health officials here are not aware of any COVID-19 reinfections. The National Democratic Congress, NDC, has expressed concern about the state of the country's health care system, saying that over 50% of money spent on health care in Grenada comes from the pockets of the people. This, according to Kennedy Roberts, is based on research conducted by the University of the West Indies, the UWI. He says something has to be done to ease the pockets of Grenadians, as we hear now from Donella Houston.
The state of the health system in Grenada continues to be of grave concern to many, particularly the National Democratic Congress, as the nation experiences yet another COVID wave and more people become infected daily. Health policy specialist Kennedy Roberts speaks about the high cost of health services in Grenada.
But the majority, over 50%, based on research done by the University of the West Indies, comes out of our pocket. And the World Health Organization, the Pan American Health Organization, they're saying that that is too much. It is one of the highest in the region and in the world. And ideally, no country should be spending more than around 20% of the total health expenditure out of people's pockets. So it is affecting Grenadians in a much more difficult way than most other people in the Caribbean.
Roberts also made mention of the implementation of the National Health Insurance, which was a topical issue a few years ago, and a lot of groundwork was done as well. However, things have not gone the way it was anticipated.
Over the decades, there have been a lot of talk about NIS playing that role in terms of the database on the country. But no serious effort has ever been really placed, especially in the last 8 years, to move this initiative forward. But it is a critical element in terms of the registration of your population, because the bottom line is, if you need to have insurance, national health insurance, there must be some way of identifying you when you accessing services.
Roberts says it is important for everyone in a country to be registered, as it plays a critical role in the operations of any national health insurance.
The NDC is advocating the importance of registering every Grenadian from birth. Like in most countries of the world, once you are born, you get a social security number. This is critical to the monitoring and the management of any national health insurance program.
He indicated that every country's health system is different. Therefore, to implement cost-effective and sustainable national health insurance plans, the current stakeholders must be taken into consideration. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Houston.
Monday morning saw the majority of students returning to their respective schools in full force. But there is heightened level of concern, particularly for younger students who either cannot be vaccinated due to not meeting the age requirement or medical restrictions. According to Dr. Molara Alexis, the onus is on those who are eligible to be vaccinated to do so, to protect those who are unvaccinated.
Those who cannot be vaccinated for their age, for a particular, like a severe allergy to the vaccine, if those of us who can be vaccinated, if we are vaccinated, we form like a bubble or fence around those who cannot be. So we encourage the children as much as we can with the mask and hygiene and avoiding crowds and things like that. But as those of us who can get vaccinated, we form a fence.
Dr. Alexis says adults need to be there to encourage and remind the children to follow protocol.
You know, as adults and people who are around children, we need to be there to be encouraging them, reminding them of, you know, the need for masks and, you know, hand hygiene, things like that. We know for children, they're so used to hugging and playing, sometimes it's difficult, but we need to be encouraging them as much as possible to be following the rules.
The parish of St. Andrew is mourning the loss of one of its icons, Joan Ventu, or Auntie Joan, as she was affectionately called, died over the weekend. She'll be remembered for her contribution to sport, education, religious initiative, health, just to name a few areas. Several people have taken to social media expressing gratitude to her for her contribution to their development. Tanya St. Louis Lawrence has more.
Auntie Joan, as she is affectionately known by many in St. Andrew, contributed tremendously in many sectors, from sporting activities to people coming in conflict with the law. Mrs. Joan Ventu JP from Budgegrove, St. Andrew, left an indelible mark. Ventu, the proprietor of the St. Andrew Pharmacy, opened the doors of the establishment in December of 1979. She also worked with the government as well as Paris Pharmacy. Minister with responsibility for social development, Delma Thomas, remembers Mrs. Ventu as a selfless person with a golden heart.
Her passing will be a huge loss for the people of St. Andrew and by extension, the people of Grenada. She was one of the most generous persons I've met in my lifetime. To me, she was a hero who served people all over. She was like a family member to me, who in time of personal crisis had reached out to me and my family and assisted us, and in a way that sometimes not even family members have done.
Former president of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Lydon Lewis, is grateful for the many ways Mrs. Ventu impacted his career.
This lady has worked closely with the Grenada Union of Teachers when I was just a young president, a young sports enthusiast. She supported us in every way, made financial contribution. She would be judge of match pass. She would be present at all branch sports. When athletes got injured or sick, she was always there to provide medical supplies.
Coach Wayne McSween describes Mrs. Ventu as a person who always had a positive word of encouragement for others.
Well, for me, Auntie Joan was like family oriented. She was like the pillar anywhere placed. She can give you some bit of support. She was not only supportive as a family member, but in church, she was our choir's greatest supporter. In track and field, my Ace Club, she was my biggest fan and that of the athletes. Whether it was athletic, academic, cultural, you could go to her. She was a motivator, always going to tell you, yes, you can.
The management and staff of MTV, Magic FM, and the Grenada Informer extends condolences to the family and friends of Mrs. Joan Ventu. Reporting for MTV News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
And our condolences indeed to relatives and friends. That's a first segment of news right here on MTV for Monday. We'll be right back with you after the break.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now, it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Do you think you can cook? Register now for the second annual MTV Maggie Independence Cook and Win competition. For registration details, contact 440-8171.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash Fall. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
Gifts of love with dread, bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care, with gifts of love with dread.
We're bringing you gifts of love with cheer at the Communal. This Christmas, we are your Santa. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Get in on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2022. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the Communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2022. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Communion showing that we care, with gifts of love with joy.
Welcome back. More than 10 taxi operators, along with the president of the Grenada Water Taxi Association, gathered on Grandad's Beach on Monday to voice concerns about the stressful situations they're faced with. The men say that they are frustrated as they have been jobless for more than 14 months. They're calling on relevant authorities to intervene.
The Grenada Water Taxi Association, which is made up of 14 members, held a mini protest on Grandad's Beach on Monday. They are pleading with the relevant authorities to intervene on their behalf, as according to them, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, they have been unemployed for more than 2 years. However, now tourism is back up and running, things are still the same. Workers within the tourism sector prior to the commencement of the cruise ship season were required to be fully vaccinated in order to ply their trade. However, the Grenada Water Taxi Association President Emmanuel Fleming says even with a vaccinated status, their situation have not changed.
Well, it's over 2 years and counting now since we have not been working in the cruise ship industry. And now the cruise ship industry is beginning to resuscitate now. We only feel that it is fair that we should give the opportunity so that we can walk along as we are accustomed walking all the years since 1974. They have nothing that with me, but they ask me what is our vaccination status, and I have given them a list of the vaccination status of all of our members. So then there is nothing concerning vaccination because it was never big mention to that. So there is something, as the old people will say, in the matter besides the pestle.
Other water taxi operators who have been operating for more than 40 years also voiced their concerns on the issue.
To the tourism authority, that why it is that we was never included in the first meeting, in the first stakeholders meeting before the tourism start back coming in Grenada, before tourists start back coming in Grenada. They never came to us, they never called us, they never messaged us or anything like that. They totally leave us out from that. You understand? I mean, it's very painful for me. This is all I do for my living. I have a disability, nobody not going to give me a job in Grenada.
And my problem is now I want to know what is the reason that we cannot operate. That's why I'm asking the Board of Tourism and the ministry, whoever it is, I want to know what is the reason that we can operate. We are small men, and most of these men here, you see, be in a water taxi business. That's what they do for a living. 6 months a year, and we survive with it. But we're still happy to have it, and now we have nothing for 2 years.
We're watching all the motor boats operate. Even the vendors, the chair people, the barmen, everybody operating. And we've been doing this, for me, over 40 years. This is our survival. And they just leave us out.
This water taxi owner is calling on the tourism board to hear their plight, as they too have to support their families.
Months now, we are the same problem, all right? And we need an answer from the Board of Tourism, all right? And also the minister, all right? And we're not getting an answer, all right? Our board just pack up, as all what the members and the president just said. We board just pack up, all right? And we are formally to take care of, all right? We have a lot of expense, a lot of bills, you know, in our bank to pay. All right, like everybody is, okay?
MTV News sought to bring the matter to the attention of the tourism minister and other tourism officials with the view of getting some feedback on the development. However, our efforts were unsuccessful. Keishon Thomas, MTV News.
Remedial work has begun at the government printery following protest action taken by staff and their union about 3 weeks ago. The dilapidated state of the building, according to them, is a health hazard. President of the Public Workers Union, or PWU, Brian Grimes, is happy to see the government is putting measures in place to remedy the situation. As we now hear from Donella Holston.
Workers from the government pantry may be able to breathe a sigh of relief as the government has secured a contractor to complete works on the building after weeks of them complaining about the deplorable state of their workplace. According to manager of the printery, Christopher Cornwall, these issues on the building have created an atmosphere that was not conducive for their workers nor patrons. Cornwall says they are happy with the decision government has made to get things done.
We are now very glad and excited to know that work has started in earnest, and we hope that this resolution and this solution that the government has put in place will once and for all solve the problem.
Also sharing similar sentiments was President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, who was also present during the protest by printery workers a few weeks ago. Grimes says it is good to see that the government is moving expeditiously.
I must say I am happy that the government has moved expeditiously to try and remedy this matter. I mean, there was no other course because as the footage would show, it's a very, very severe matter. And they stated that they would act. A number of ministers came and they are in agreement with the union that the conditions need to be improved and better. And today, Monday, we are seeing that work has commenced.
Contractor Desmond John of Sunrise Construction Company Limited explained the work that has to be done.
The scope of works is to build a false roof on the existing roof to alleviate and take away all the water that will be falling on the roof. It includes some concrete beams on top the existing concrete roof that's there for futuristic development. And on that we will do some rafters, 2x6 rafters, purlines, galvanized, and some spouting and dung pipes. So as fast as water fall on the roof, they will have a speedy runoff.
The work, he says, should take approximately 4 weeks to be completed, but they are working assiduously. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
Fisher folk on the Sister Isle of Carriacou participated in a 2-day business skills training workshop organized by the Fisheries Division and the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, under the Climate Change Adaptation for the Eastern Caribbean Fisheries Sector project. Donella Hostin spoke to Chrisma Moore, coordinator of the training, and filed a report.
10 fishers on the sister isle of Carriacou were given the opportunity to develop themselves and their trade with a 2-day business skills training organized by the Fisheries Division under the Climate Change Adaptation for the Eastern Caribbean Fisheries Sector project. Speaking to MTV was Chrisma Moore, project coordinator. She indicated that this training was geared at improving the fishers' capacity to adapt to climate change.
This particular training was the business skills training for fisher folk, and it was geared to build their capacity, and it all ties into increasing their resilience against climate change, in that a lot of times we look at climate change and we forget that in order for many persons across various sectors to have the capacity to adapt or even build resilience, they need to have funds. And in order for our fisher folk to have funds, they need to manage their funds properly.
Finance management was one of the areas discussed with the participants.
The project basically aimed at teaching the fishers how to, or giving them that skill of how to manage their finances and do their budgets and do forecasts for the business, plan ahead, and in doing so, we hope that it will increase and improve their resilience.
Moore says they will continue to work with the fisher folk, particularly as some of them have already registered their fishing business.
Well, we would continue to work with some of them because many of them have decided to register their businesses as a business. So they're coming up with business names and so on. And so we will be tracking them in that sense. But underneath this project, there won't be another business training.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
The Parliamentary Elections Office has recorded an increase in the renewal of voter IDs and also voter registration, which can be attributed to the heating up of the political climate. According to political analyst William Joseph, this signals that citizens are interested in participating in the upcoming elections.
It is very interesting and important development for Grenada, because it signals that citizens are interested in or very likely to be participating in the upcoming general elections whenever they are called. So in terms of of the report regarding the level of registration at this time, we are talking about 3 categories of persons. We are talking about newly qualified voters, that is to say young people who are registering for the first time to vote. Then the next category would be people who qualified to vote previously but did not register. And thirdly, because it's a new registration period, everybody else who had been previously registered, as you know, would need to register again. So that is the composition of it.
However, Williams says the increase in voter registration will not predict the outcome of the upcoming elections.
It is not a predictor of the outcome of the elections. But what can we say, given the evidence of the increase in in registration. I think the first thing is that one might say reasonably that there's an intention to vote such that there are people who would either be interested in making change, or there would be people who would be interested in maintaining the status quo. That would be the two opposing intentions, if you will. I think it is more likely to be the former, that is to say, this question of a concern or an interest or an intention regarding change. That would be my take on it. But as I said before, the registration is just one of the hurdles, and it is not a predictor of the outcome of the election.
That's the second segment of news. We'll be right back with you after the break.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
Gifts of love with Trend, bringing love for you this game. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with Trend.
We're bringing you gifts of love with cheer at the communal. This Christmas, we are your Santa. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Get in on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2022. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2022. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with Trend.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6
even more.
With more money to the jackpot galore.
Play more, win more.
Have more fun. With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one. With the new and improved Super 6 game.
The jackpot keep growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do three things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Tired of car troubles, high upkeep charges, and unprofessional work? Well, I know a place that can meet all your vehicle needs. 1D's Tire Shop, located on the Maurice Bishop Highway, provides tire change, car wash, vehicle balancing, brake and oil change, inspection services, and tire pressure gauge instant reading. They also stock brand new and English used tires of Asian brands ranging from as low as $150, as well as great deals to suit your budget. They deliver the total car care and quality service to customers. Contact them on 458-1614 or 406-3355. They're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, including weekends. Stop in with your car troubles and leave with your car superbly maintained. 1D's Tire Shop. Excellent service while beating any prices.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Arizo. Arizo is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
Welcome back. Nothing beats local. And here at Roots International, a local plant-based catering service that offers nothing but the best foods using strictly homegrown produce, seeking to develop the health of the nation's people. So in today's Business in 3, we feature Chef Nathaniel Francis of Roots International, located at Calais Junction.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another edition of MTV's Business in 3. Today we're going to do things a little bit different, and we're going to feature Natural Roots Kitchen, right? And it's a plant-based kitchen, and we're speaking with Chef Nathaniel Francis. He's going to tell us a little bit about what he does and how it is beneficial for all of us.
I came about preparing plant-based meals and making it a service to the Grenadian community as well as people coming in and so forth. Mainly because it has become my way of life. I made that choice approximately four or 5 years ago. Started off with a business called Red Roots Ital. Then paired off with a fellow brethren of mine, co-founder of Roots International, and a session of mine, Kitaka Mauto and Leslie and Carrington. We then created a holistic wellness and healing platform whereby we assist people with changing their lifestyle and eating better, becoming more conscious as to what they put into their bodies. We operate on a 5-day basis. Some days you may get us on a Saturday. Lunch begins at 12. We do breakfast on Wednesdays to Fridays. All the stuff that we prepare are basically from the farms here on Grenada. We try to make the highlight of our meals the local ingredients and the more natural ingredients. So everything that we do in Natural Roots Kitchen is natural stuff. We just want people to understand that the value is in what they eat and what they put into their bodies. So that is why we are here, for the people, with the people.
What would you say, since you've been doing this, is one of the best or main selling foods that you do?
People really come back for the lasagna. We have a lasagna that we do, it's gluten-free. Everything sourced from Grenada. The ingredients are everything locally, you know. So people really come back for that. People ask for that. One of the main ingredients for the lasagna is what we have in our national dish, breadfruit. And they can get in contact with us through our social media platforms, which is Roots International, on Instagram and Facebook. And you can also email us at hellorootsgd.
So that's it, guys. We were speaking to Chef Nathaniel Francis of Natural Roots Kitchen, a plant-based food catering service. For MTV's Business in 3, I am Donella Hosted.
Welcome back. Let's now join Clifton James for this evening's Regional Roundup.
Good evening with tonight's MTV Regional Roundup. I am Clifton James. The Association of Caribbean Media Workers, ACM, has expressed shock at news of the deadly attack on 2 journalists in Haiti on January the 6th. In a statement today, the regional media body said that it is deeply concerned about the continuing violence in the country and the climate of fear and intimidation within which media practitioners have had to execute their duties. Our sympathies go out to the families of our media colleagues, John Wesley Amadi, reporter for Écoute FM radio headquartered in Canada, and Will Gwens, Louis Saint, local journalists who lost their lives as they conducted interviews in the La Boule community. Like the Haiti-based Working Group on Security and other agencies, we call on the Haitian authorities to strengthen the protection of journalists throughout the country, even as they enhance general security, the media body stated. The ACM has also called for the Caribbean Community CARICOM and the Association of American States OAS and other international and intergovernmental agencies to press for action to address the concerns. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is now the first member state of the sub-regional grouping, the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, to be granted permission for the export of medicinal cannabis. On Friday, the government announced that the island would export its first shipment of the medicinal cannabis to Europe. The announcement follows the recent approval of the first export certificate for medicinal cannabis. The export permission was granted to Caribbean Cannabis Company, trading as Medicinal. The company already has several products marketed locally and has worked with traditional cultivators in building out their supply chain. The granting of permission to export came after an import certificate was issued by the Federal Institute for Drugs and Medical Devices for the product to legally enter Germany. In Jamaica, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the time is now to laud the vaccinated and frown upon the unvaccinated. The country recorded a historic near 1,300 new cases of the coronavirus on Thursday. We get the details from CVM News.
In preparation for the worst to come in light of the rise in COVID-19 cases, the country's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa Mackenzie, says Jamaica should expect the peak of the 4th wave in weeks.
And based on the projections using the reproductive number, it could mean that we may take another 3 weeks or so to get to the peak of our this 4th wave. And in that peak week, we could have as much as 11,500 cases being confirmed based on the present numbers where we are and the reproductive rate.
Dr. Bisesa Mackenzie points out that hospitalization of children will increase after being exposed to adults who are yet to be vaccinated.
You can see this on this graph where the number of children in hospital is getting to be higher than we have ever had before if it continues to increase. So the protection of the parents and the persons in the home through vaccination will prevent the transmission to children, and so therefore vaccination is key here again.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the time is now to frown upon the unvaccinated. He notes there are disadvantages placed on the vaccinated by the many who are not vaccinated.
Low vaccination rates affect productivity in the country. This high level of positivity has impacted work flow and work participation. It affects hospitalization. And in a case where you have low numbers of beds, you have to adjust priorities. So the person with hypertension or cardiovascular disease or one who needs a hip surgery have to then play second fiddle to a serious COVID case because you have to prioritize.
Justin Graham, CVM Live.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has called on Jamaicans to remain calm even as the country continues to record an increase in cases of COVID-19. Speaking during a press conference on Sunday, the Prime Minister also declared that there will be no more lockdowns due to the pandemic. He, however, stated that people should get vaccinated as the health authorities continue to grapple with a fourth wave of the pandemic. Further afield, at least 19 people, including 9 children, have died after a fire in a New York apartment building. Another 32 people were sent to hospital, several of whom are in a critical condition, according to New York Mayor Eric Adams. Fire Department Commissioner Daniel Negro said they had found victims on every floor of the 19-story block, saying the smoke was unprecedented. He told NBC News the death toll was the worst seen in New York for 30 years. Clifton James, MTV Regional Roundup.
This is the MTV Evening News Monday. We'll be right back with you after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Arizo. Arizo is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. Sporting highlights are next.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
For additional support, email customersupport@grenlec.com.
natural spring water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Good evening to you, sporting fans. Let's now join Tonella Houston for the latest sporting highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. Veteran leg spinner Affy Fletcher has returned to professional cricket. Following her year-long maternity leave after being included in a 23-member squad for the medical and fitness camp starting in Barbados on Sunday, ahead of departure for the 4-match one-day international series against South Africa women in Johannesburg. Teenager Zaida James and Janelia Glasgow have again been included in the Senior West Indies Women's Camp, which runs until January 14th. However, Brittany Cooper, Shabika Gajnabi, and Shanisha Hector have all been ruled out by the Cricket West Indies medical panel for medical reasons. CWI selector for women's cricket, Anne Brown-John, said the players will undergo medical and physical testing before the final squad of 18 is selected to travel. She said it is good to have Affy Fletcher back into the step-up. The 34-year-old right-arm leg spin bowler from Grenada, who made her international debut in 2008, has played over 100 internationals for West Indies. Meanwhile, Cricket West Indies has entered a new broadcast partnership for the region with ESPN that will allow more Caribbean fans than ever to have the chance to access live coverage of the West Indies home international matches. Under the partnership, ESPN and its Caribbean networks is the exclusive broadcast partner for all West Indies live home international and regional cricket for the 2022 season. Fans across the region will be able to see West Indies home internationals live and exclusively on ESPN Caribbean and the ESPN app. Clay Thompson returned from a 31-month injury absence to help the Golden State Warriors secure a 96-82 win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Thompson, 31, tore a ligament in his left knee in 2019 before tearing his right Achilles tendon during his recovery. The three-time NBA champion hit 17 points in front of a lively Chase Center crowd in San Francisco. Thompson scored the Warriors' first basket of the game and hit 7 of his 18 shot attempts, including making 3 three-pointers. It took him past 12,000 points and 1,800 three-pointers in his career. Warriors star Stephen Curry hit 28 points as his side hit back from 2 consecutive defeats. Novak Djokovic was back in practice hours after winning a court challenge to remain in Australia on Monday. The world tennis number 1 thanked the judge who released him from immigration detention and said he remained focused on his bid for a record 21st Grand Slam win in Melbourne. The fight over his medical exemption from COVID-19 vaccination may not be over. However, as the Australian government said, it was still considering another move to deport him. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella Houston.
Thank you, Donella. And now, viewers, we'll have the public forecast information coming up for you and then a recap of the top stories.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec. We are united even when we are apart.
top of the evening to you viewers. Back with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Wayne Williams. Some showers from the weekend continued into Monday, affecting most of the islands of the central eastern Caribbean. Those showers affected, they were mostly in the morning. By afternoon time, we did see significant improvement. We still do have some moisture lingering around, so tonight we could be seeing some more showers. Taking a closer look at what is happening, most of the cloudiness still around Trinidad and over the eastern Caribbean, and as it moves through, we're going to be affected by that moisture, and we'll see showers during the night time tomorrow. 1 or 2 brief morning showers, and then improvements from around midday, from around mid-morning into the afternoon. Monday night's forecast is for some scattered showers, 50% chance of that happening. East-northeasterly winds blowing between 8 and 18 miles per hour. It's going to be a bit cool still, minimum of around 22 as usual in inland and the hilly areas. It's going to be a bit cooler. The moon is already up. It rose at 12:36. That's just after midday, so we're going to see some moonlight tonight. On Tuesday, fair conditions would dominate. It's still going to be windy. There is a good chance of some showers in the morning, after which conditions would improve significantly from, as I said, mid-morning into the afternoon. Winds would be east-northeasterly 12 to 24 miles per hour, but even though it's dropping off a bit, seas will remain choppy for a while, 6 to 8 foot waves. The sun is going to rise at 6:30 and set at 5:58. Still going to be warm, 33 will feel like 36. Morning showers with windy conditions in Port of Spain, isolated showers in Bridgetown, also some gusty winds there. Mostly sunny in Kingston, showers in Miami, sunny in New York, and very cool. A high of -6, a low of -8. London is in for rain. From Wednesday onwards, mostly fair conditions at first, generally fair on Friday. For the latter part of the weekend, there is a chance of some showers could develop from Sunday into Monday. It's a bit way off still, but we keeping close tabs on that. That's it for Monday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Join me on Tuesday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
To end the news, a recap of the headlines. A well-known lecturer has been slapped with 4 counts of indecent assault charges. Grenada has recorded 1 new COVID-19 related death. One of St. Andrew's icons, Joan Vento, has transitioned to the great beyond. And in sport, veteran leg spinner Affy Fletcher has returned to professional cricket. We've had details to those and other stories. And on behalf of the news and production departments, I'm Tony Julian. We all thank you for watching and wish you a good night.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family.
Dillian Miguel Chad McMillan, also known as Fat Boy and Temptation, of Latente St. David, passed away on Tuesday 21st December 2021 at the age of 28. He was the son of Junior and Jesse Sparks, father of Ava, brother of Dellen Braffett, Dendianne and Delisa McMillan, and Jade Cadu, grandson of Rupert and Yvonne Sparks, uncle of Deshawn, Sky, Usain, Angel, Timothy, and Judelle, brother-in-law of Jude Vincent, nephew of Joycey, Vassie, Cynthia, Glennie, Denise, Abigail, Allison, Beverly, Glenna, Dale Caliste, Lucy Jakes, Teresa, Betty, Angus, Matthew, Bertrand, and Alistair. Many cousins including Ignatius in the United Kingdom, Lizette in Canada, Deslin, Alyssa, and Aria. Best friend Deanne Benjamin. Many close friends and family including Kevin, Annette, Manisha, Bucky, Wattiway, Lil Natty and Thunder, Build the Vibes, Kenisha, Orchid, the boys at Latente Junction, Alban Sparks in Barbados, the Edwards family, the Thomas and Sparks families of Latente, Lauren Brizan and family, the Ireland family of Tivoli, the management and staff of Nawassa, the staff of Clare Harbour, members of the Jehovah's Witnesses faith, and friends and neighbours of Latente and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Dillian Miguel Chad McMillan, also known as Fat Boy and Temptation, of Latente St. David, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Winifred Collins, also known as Winifred Andrew, of Mount Royal, Carriacou, passed away on Saturday 25th December 2021 at the age of 68. She was the mother of Royston Thomas, Indira and Imran Andrew, all in the USA, Desiree, Wendy, Livingston, and Akibo Andrew in Carriacou, grandmother of Cayenne Antonio, Shanice Arthur, Akim Andrew in the USA, Kashila, Allert, Nasri, Suarez, Amaris, Liam, and Ava Andrew. Sister of Flora and Loretta Modeste, Daphne Joseph and Mary in the UK, Peter Collins in the USA, Maxie and Nikki in the UK. Mother-in-law of Natasha Andrew and Alison Antonio in the USA. Aunt of many, including Jashaka, Kira, Annette, Oscar, Roger and Stephen Andrew, Aaliyah and Ziana Lewis, Cardin and Vicklin, and many others too numerous to mention. Other relatives and friends including the Collins and Andrew families of Mount Royal and Top Hill, Victoria Jones and family, Sylvia Coy and family, Neil Charles, Miss Lynn Montrose, Joycey Lendor, Rudolph Ray, Marlene Thomas, Phyllis Mathurin, Roland Engine Joseph, Louise George and members of the Spiritual Baptist community in Carriacou, neighbours of Mount Royal and Top Hill, and surrounding areas too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late Veronica Winifred Collins, also known as Winifred Andrew, of Mount Royal Carriacou, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Adrian Cleophas Smart, also known as Butu, of Molyneux St. George, passed away on Tuesday, 28th December 2021, at the age of 65. Left to mourn his father Cleophas Augustus Edwards, close and dear friend Claudine Nicholas, children Rowan and Wendell Nicholas and Sheena Muriel Joseph, grandchildren Rayon, Ruel, Aria, Adele, Ariel, Aiden and Diwan, brothers Godwin Smart and Christopher Edwards, aunts and uncles Gloria, Anjo, Humphrey, Teresa and Harrington, daughters-in-law Riccadonna and Anika, son-in-law Dellen, niece and nephews Nikki, Shane and Kishon, close friends Rolda, Mello, Zach, Raj and Patrick, many other relatives and friends including the Nicholas family of Molinaire, the Ferguson family, the Harris, Henry and Modeste families, the Murrell family of New Hampshire, the Edwards family of Coast Guard, the Burrows family, the Seamen and Waterfront Workers Union, and friends and neighbours of Molinaire, Happy Hill, Grand Mall and surrounding areas. The funeral service and interment of the late Adrian Cleophas Smart, also known as Butu, of Molinaire St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. George Everell John, also known as Happy, of Douglaston St. John, who resided at Happy Hill St. George, passed away on Thursday, 16th December 2021, at the age of 63. He was the father of Neva Lewis, Kellon Charles, also known as Smalley, Kellon Thomas, and Satira Frederick, also known as Cutie. Grandfather of Danica, Tanila, Trevon, Dexton, Shermia, and Brittany Lewis, Dania Frederick, Xavier, and Jahriel Noel. Great-grandfather of Daniel and Kimo Lewis. Brother of Stephen John, Michael John, also known as Bug, Devon and Francis John, Brenda John Collins, and Cassandra John. Brother-in-law of Evelyn Collins. Nephew of Jermaine Cato, Patrice, and Frederick John. Uncle of Indra and Jamie John, Christelle Jeffrey, Jade Duncan, Avelle Collins, Aria and Ariel John, Dwayne John, Wayne Bobby John, Michonne Duncan, Emon John, and Caleb Sanderson. Grand uncle of Rihanna John, Talisha Francis, and Deshaun Henry. Cousin of Naya Joseph. Many other relatives and friends including Zach Smith and family, George Roberts, Wendy John and family, the Richardson family, Wayne Waggy T. Redhead, Ernest Benjamin and family, the Charles family of Grenville, Jason Stanisclaus, Ray Roberts, members of the Grenada Table Tennis Association, John Branch, the Peters and Collins families, Lucia Lewis, and friends and neighbors of Grove and Happy Hill. The funeral of the late George Everell John, also known as Happy, of Douglaston St. John, who resided at Happy Hill St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Sean McKee, also known as Plucky, of St. Jules Street, St. George's, passed away on Saturday, 18th December 2021, at the age of 41. He was the son of Ewart McBurney in Canada and Yvette Noel, grandson of Cynthia McBurney in the USA, grandnephew of Edith McBurney, stepson of Fred Noel and Margaret McBurney in Canada, brother of Gwendolyn Bartholomew, Judah Mugler Westwood, Dean and Devon McKee in the USA, Keisha and Courtney McBurney in Canada, and Dakota McKee in Germany, adopted brother of Latoya Anderson, nephew of Yolande Williams, Pamela Jeremiah, Anthea, Ralph and Michael, Alva McKee, Mervyn Haynes, Johnny, Peter and George Francis, and Sheridan McBurney in England, Stephen McBurney and Emmanuel Williams in the USA. Uncle of Nigel, Devontae and Trey McKee, brother-in-law of Eudine Charles. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Pa Sean Haynes, Kia Williams, Elisha Edwards, Kendon and Kieron Bernard, Denise, Danielle and Kenneth Patrice, Jill Louison, Jenny Francis, Stephanie Bascom, Jamon Cox, Bradley and Louise McBurney, Perron Johnson and family, Jasmine Ferguson and family, Marion Donald and family, Kareem Salhab and family, Bernadine Charles and family, Rosalind Morris and family, Monique Hodges and family, Joyce Phillip and Barbara Bell, the Roberts, Williams, Hood and Redhead families of River Road, the Celestine family of Laborie, Mary Duncan, Suzanne Henry, the Grant family of Lucas Street, Miss Elvira, Yellow, Sparrow and the boys on Cemetery Hill and Four Roads, the management and staff of George F. Huggins Distribution Centre, and friends and neighbours of Jubilee Street, Cemetery Hill, Williamson Road and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Sean McKee, also known as Plucky, of St. Jules Street, St. George's, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Bernadette Rona Superville of New Hampshire St. George, who resided in Canada, passed away on Monday 22nd November 2021 at the age of 70. She was the wife of Harold Paul, mother of Avian, Margaret, Ronald and Dornette Superville, grandmother of Greg, Clint, Brittany, Carl, Gabriel, Malcolm, Jada, Trey, Tyrrell, Aria, Sierra, Tristan, Ricardo, Nia and Christopher, great-grandmother of 7, sister of Alfonso Santa Charles, Leroy Bull Lecret, Christopher also known as Jeffrey, Roosevelt also known as Woozy, Byron also known as Nancy, Clement also known as Tredo, Valerie, Ian and Richard Lecret, Brian Ford, Morris Bull Williams and Maria Bell. Aunt of many including Garfield, Maria, Lisa, Shermian, Cassandra, Deandra, Sonita and Ronnie. Sister-in-law of Selma Charles, Lydia Superville and Evelyn Brightus Thomas. Cousin of many including Lorna Charles, Tiny Samuel, Catherine Superville, Sonia Hector, Bryna and Vera Aline. Other relatives and close friends including the Superville family of New Hampshire, Brazan and in Trinidad, the Lecret family of River Road, the Charles, Cooper, Telesford, Frank, Roberts and Bartholomew families of New Hampshire, the Haynes family of Cotton Bailey, the Batiste family of Willis, Anthony Isaac, Babsy, Peter, Ingrid, Veron Lewis Marshall, the Samuel family of Belmont, Carol Hyacinth, Evelyn Purcell and family, neighbours and friends of New Hampshire and surrounding areas in Trinidad, Canada and the USA. The funeral of the late Bernadette Rona Superville of New Hampshire, who resided in Canada, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Royston Ashley Theophilus James, also known as Meringue of Paddock St. George's, died on December 20th, 2021, at the age of 63. He was the brother of Reverend Dr. Leslie R. James, residing in Indiana, USA, Vaughn James, Minister Stephanie James Alban, residing in New York, USA, Peggy Boyd, Sandra James, residing in Toronto, and Teresa Fleming, residing in Trinidad and Tobago. Uncle of Ryan and Jonathan Boyd, Jody Francis, Stephel Alban, Leslie Ann, Vaughnell, Robert and Gemini James. Great-grand-uncle of 11. Brother-in-law of Sidney Boyd, Caroline James, Hallman Alban, and Elliot Fleming. Close friends Alvin Clouden, Douglas Hood, and Clement Noel. Many other family and friends, including the Alexis James family of Mount Airy St. Paul's, the Findlay family of Springs, Gloria Payne Banfield, the Lahey Constantine family of the Caronage, Miss Madeline Batiste, and neighbours and friends of Paddock, home and abroad. The funeral service and interment of the late Royston Ashley Theophilus James, also known as Meringue of Paddock St. George's, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Raymond Thomas, also known as Mouseman, of Mount Gay St. George, passed away on Monday 27th December 2021 at the age of 45. He was the son of Ena Thomas, brother of Wendy Thomas Frank in the USA and Ray Thomas in Grenada, uncle of Denisha and Nisha Frank, Dennis Frank Jr. and Raisha Thomas, nephew of Youthlyn Mitchell and Ruth Telesford, brother-in-law of Dennis. Other relatives and friends, including Lenny Anthony, May Wayne, the Frank family of Carriacou, and friends and relatives of Mount Gay, St. George, La Poterie, and Ladigue St. Andrew, in the USA, Canada, England, Barbados, and Trinidad. The funeral of the late Raymond Thomas, also known as Mouseman, of Mount Gay, St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Cyril Oliver Martin Duncan of Old Westerhold, St. David, passed away on Tuesday, 28th December 2021, at the age of 94. He was the husband of Annie Joyce Duncan. Children Cecil, Stephanie, Glenda, Yoland, Carol, and Hensley. Grandchildren Devon, Devonay, Danny, Matthew, Andrew, Nathan, Samantha, Heather, Alex, Malcolm, Joshua, Sarah, and Gary. Sons and daughters-in-law, Terence Wright, Lawrence George, Joseph Moorman, Kenrick Patris, David Belashthi, Vernet Duncan, and Joan Duncan. Many nieces and nephews, including Adrian Alexander, William Shares, Greta Shares Wright, Christopher Shares, Richard Duncan, Brian Hurst, Philip Gittins, Ivan Duncan, Betty, Anthony, and Judy Backer. Caregivers Angelus Regis and Stacey Ann Harris. Other relatives and friends including Jasmine Redhead, Eura St. Bernard, Annie Bain and family, the Honourable Yolande Bain Horsford and family, Joan Griffith and family, Julian and Helen Emanuel and family, Mr. and Mrs. Jim Sen and family, Nola Ned and family, Dunbar de la Motte and family, Evelyn and Joyce Snack, the Duncan, Shares, Patris, Gittins, Salem and Connaught families, Father Roland Mark and family, the parishioners of St. Paul's and St. David's Anglican churches, and the community of Old Westerhall. The funeral of the late Cyril Oliver Martin Duncan of Old Westerhall, St. David, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes.
Kevin Georgie, also known as Kunta of 6 Roads, Carriacou, died on Monday the 3rd of January at the age of 69. He was the husband of Edel Matheson in the U.S., father of Che, Naya, Kiva, and Kevina Matheson, Kimo Pear, and Francine Clement, grandfather of Nakenya, Elijah, Kayla, Alexandra, Lil Kayla, Xavier Emmanuel, Kimora, and Miracle, great-grandfather of Kaiser, brother of Donald, Augustine, Christine, Phyllis, Frankie, and Enid, adopted brother of Adela Joseph, uncle of many, other relatives and friends including the Matheson family, many cousins and friends, neighbors of 6 Roads, Brunswick, and surrounding areas, too numerous to mention. The funeral for the late Veronica Winifred Collins, also known as Kunta of 6 Roads, Carriacou, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers. Sir Carlisle Glean of Guave, who resided in Palmies, St. John, died on Tuesday the 21st of December 2021 at the age of 89. He survived by his wife Lady Norma Glean, née Decoto, father of Corinne Dabrio, Carlisle Jr., and daughter-in-law Lavita, Susan Marshall and son-in-law Mervyn, Patricia Carter and son-in-law Michael, Roseanne Redhead and son-in-law Joseph, grandfather of 18, great-grandfather of 10, brother of Florence Gasparez and Neville Glean, brother-in-law of Cecil Decoto, many nieces and nephews in Grenada, Trinidad, Canada, the US, and the UK, including Ingrid Glean, caregivers Joy Ned, Donette Samuel, Janice Antoine, and Royal Mark. Many cousins in Grenada and abroad, including Anna Glean, George Glean, Alfred Glean, and Jessel Charles, the Glean, McBarnett, Alexis, Benjamin, Elias, Walker, Francis, Charles, Decoto, and Clara families. friends and neighbors throughout Grenada and in Barbados and the diaspora. An evening prayer of the church, followed by tributes for the late Sir Carlisle Green of Guelph, who resided in Palmy St. John, will be offered at 6 p.m. on Monday the 17th of January at St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church, Guelph, St. John, and can be viewed on media platforms of Good News Catholic Communications. The funeral service will be held privately, and the funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. Aloysius Cyrus Lazarus, also known as Big Si of Telescope St. Andrew, died on Monday the 3rd of January at the age of 67. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Aloysius Cyrus Lazarus, also known as Big Si of Telescope St. Andrew, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Roll Christopher Maureen, also known as Bowie and Barbel of La Femme St. David, who resided at Mardi Gras St. George, died on Friday the 7th of January at the age of 56. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Roll Christopher Maureen of La Femme St. David, who resided in Mardi Gras St. George, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. George Emmanuel Nyack, also known as Georgie, of Fort Judy, St. George, a well-known taxi driver, died on Thursday the 23rd of December at the age of 72. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late George Emmanuel Nyack of Fort Judy, St. George, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. Joan Elizabeth Ventu, also known as Auntie Joan of Birch Grove, St. Andrew, proprietor of St. Andrew's Pharmacy and Justice of the Peace, died on Saturday the 9th of January at the age of 77. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Joan Elizabeth Ventu of Birch Grove, St. Andrew, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. Colleen Sherilyn Peters, also known as Chiney of Paddock, who resided in Montu, St. George, died on Thursday, the 30th of December 2021, at the age of 45. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Colleen Cheryl Peters, also known as Chiney of Paddock, in a subsequent broadcast.
Jermaine and Patricia Francis Noel, also known as Sister G, of Vendham St. George, who resided at Caruth St. Andrew, passed away on Friday 7th January 2022 at the age of 91. The funeral arrangements for the late Jermaine and Patricia Francis Noel, also known as Sister G, of Vendham St. George, who resided at Caruth St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Laventon David Edwards, also known as Flevy and Elbow Grease, of New Hampshire St. George, died on November 29, 2021 in Brooklyn, New York, USA, at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Laventon David Edwards, also known as Flevy and Elbow Grease, of New Hampshire St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Joseph Findlay Tavernier, also known as Jojo, Moyi and One Love, of Edward Street, Grove, St. John, passed away on Friday, December 31st, 2021, at the age of 70. The funeral arrangements for the late Joseph Findlay Tavernier, also known as Jojo, Moyi and One Love, of Edward Street, Grove, St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Teresa Velda Fleury, also known as Mama, and Velda Alexis, of Prospect Hall, Carriacou, passed away on Tuesday, 7th December 2021, at the age of 80. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Velda Fleury, also known as Mama, and Velda Alexis of Prospect Hall, Carriacou, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
The Bible, this book, familiar to every person on the face of the earth today, gives us directions for our life. When death comes, there is great sorrow to the family and friends and loved ones of the one that has passed on. But if we put our trust in the Lord Jesus Christ and we follow the instructions of this book, we know we will meet again. We don't take it lightly. We don't take it for granted. There must be a decision, because without a decision, the decision is made to be separated from God. So put your trust in the Lord. Believe. The thief on the cross said, Lord, consider me. And Jesus said, today you would be with me this very hour. And they died together. So put your trust in the Lord, and God bless you during your time of grief and bereavement. Put your trust in the Lord.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Monday, January 10th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Jocelyn Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, who's supposed to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. This time, your tickets are ready. It's Daily Pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First number this evening is check your tickets to the meantime. First number up is 2. Second number is 4. Third and final number. Final number is 1. Let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen. First number up is 2. The second, 4. Third and final is 1. So that's 2, 4, and 1. Congratulations, all winners. Stay tuned, get the daily cash flow drop next. We'll see you soon.
A 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Daily Cash for Evening Draw for today, Monday, January 10th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Jocelyn Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in a way stamped with. This time, show tickets ready. It's Daily Cash for more plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this evening's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First number this evening is check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 4, second number. Second number is 9, third number up. Third number is 7, fourth and final number. Final number is 5. Let's recap those numbers. It's on the screen. Check your tickets. First number up is 4. The second, 9. Third, 7. Fourth and final is 5. So that's 4, 9, 7, and 5. Congratulations, all winners. Stay tuned. Got to play with you up next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Playway Evening Draw for today, Monday, January 10th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Jocelyn Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner. The game balls with industry standards and in a way stamped with. Let's play Playway, value your dreams in your way. Good luck. This evening's winning player number is, check your tickets. This evening's winning player number is 10. Let's recap the number 1010. 10 represents the dream symbol, police. Congratulations, all the winners of this evening's Playway draw. Tune in later on for the lotto draw. This evening we're playing for a jackpot of $60,000. We'll see you then.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
A Pleasant evening to everyone. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Lotto Draw number 3310 for today, Monday, January 10th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Joseph Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that the draw is conducted in a fair and accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and in no way tampered with. At this time, you should have tickets at hand because you're about to play for a jackpot of $60,000. But first, your free ticket letter. Good luck. This evening's free ticket letter is H as in hand. Let's proceed for 5 winning numbers. Good luck. First up this evening is check your tickets in the meantime. First number up is 26. Second number is 12. Third number up. Third number is 28, followed by 20. Fifth and final number. Final number is 18. Let's recap those numbers. Check your tickets. Numbers on the screen. First number up is 26. The second, 12. Third, 28, followed by 20. Fifth and final is 18. So that's 26, 26, 12, 12, 28, 28, 20, 20, and 18, 18. Your free ticket letter for this evening is H as in hand. Congratulations to all the winners of this evening's Lotto draw. Lotto, play and win a lot. When you play all the games of the National Lotteries Authority, support sports, culture, and nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Maximize your advertising dollar. Admire your growth. Only with MTV, Magic FM, and the Grenada Informer. Contact our marketing department on 440-8171 or 444-1413.